Okay, so I guess I'm live. Am I though? Mm, yep, I'm live. Okay, so there's always a delay of 10 seconds. Mm, All right. So, hey everyone, I am Ashish. Welcome to the AI Bootcamp. And right now, what we are going to do is we will be doing some Matplotlib. Basically, we will be looking at some visualizations and how they help us. So, let's say up at this point, all I've done so far is git cloned this repo that I had, this one. I had just git cloned it. And so I have in my file directory, the entire repo. I'm going to the EDA and I'm going to the Matplotlib Seaborn project section. If you are joining for the first time, then let me show you how the GitHub repo looks like. You just need to go to Cookie Sensei, GitHub, and over there 14-day bootcamp. Initially the bootcamp was planned for 14 days, so I just named it 14 day and now I cannot change it. Yep, I can, but I shouldn't. All right, so yep, there's EDA folder and there is this matplotlib. So that's the file we are working with. I hope you remember that we need to select a kernel to move forward, and I'm gonna select just that. Installing extension, Python environments, and torch is there. TF is still not there. Sometimes this TF does not get reflected. I will refresh it. Although I will select DS only, DS for data science. Data science kernel is already selected. Okay, PyTorch is here. Where's TensorFlow? TensorFlow is over here. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So first of all, here are some imports. Import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. That's a standard matplotlib import. And if you ever forget it, which I doubt you would, then all you need to do is just go to Google and type something like this: Python 3 visualization, and you would see Matplotlib and Seaborn somewhere. Visualization with Python. It's a Geeks for Geeks link. And see over here, even the AI is telling you that Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly is there. Book I haven't used. Altair I haven't used. Pandas, yep. Okay. All right. So library is loaded. Okay. So how to create a basic line plot? To create a basic line plot, you need a x-axis and a y-axis. So there you go. And take a look. On the x-axis, I'm creating the range starting from 0 going till 9. I believe 9, 10, 10 is not included, I believe. Yep, 10 is not included. And on the y-axis, I'm taking the square. So plt.figure, plt.plot. On the x-axis, I want my array of x. On the y-axis, I want my array of y. And then there you go. It's very simplistic after that. Plt.title, you give a title. X label is this thing. X. This is the y label. So plt.show, just it's like a print function, but for the graphs. Scatter plot is something like this where you have dots. When we will be doing projects, then we will be looking at these plots and why they are used. And as you can see, there's a bar chart as well. And how to create a bar chart? Well, usually I forget. I don't even remember this code. plt.bar. Okay, because there are three ways to plot these kind of things. There are Python way, which is the matplotlib. Then there is Seaborn. Then there is what else? Pandas plotting as well. Pandas also give you the plotting library. So if you want to ever visualize these kind of thing, just go to Google and search something like that in Python 3 bar chart. And somewhere along the line, you would find a lot of code, various codes in Matplotlib. Okay, what else? Plotly is there as well. Plotly is very simple. It gives you interactive visualizations. So let's see if we have a Plotly over here. Plotly library I should have installed. I don't know though. Let's figure it out. Yep, Plotly is installed inside the data science environment. And see, as soon as I hover up over these bars, you could see the info. We can change what kind of info is appearing on these things as well. And the data is this. This is a Gapminder standard Gapminder data set. And if you don't know what this data set looks like, then let's say I'll show you this. So there's country, continent, year, life expectancy, population, GDP per cap, ISO alpha. What is this? I think that's it's country code or something. Okay. And by the way, this query is we've done pandas, right? So I never told you what this query is. Some people write dot query, some people just subset or index just like I do in pandas. What they have done with this dot query is something like this. So the country is only Canada. So don't be confused. There are different syntaxes for everything. Like say only Canada is selected. All right. I could have done the same thing with without using the query as well by just saying, hey Gapminder, index it using let's say country equals what Canada, what was it, is it in caps or what, Carer, Canada is in full, find a data set, let me save it as df first. These are the initial errors that you will be you should expect these errors as well. Country, so country C is caps. Okay, let's see. C is caps. DF. I have DF. Should I use LOC or not? DF dot LOC country. Ah, why am I doing this? It's been so long that I am using Python. So it's one something like this. Let's go step by step. DF, pull out the country column. COUNTRY, pull out the country column. Here it is. Then after pulling out, select the Canada. I hope the spelling is right. Yep. So it gives me a boolean. Now to index the data frame, I just need to put this condition inside the square brackets, which are the indexing brackets. So df index for me this condition. And over here, this is the data frame that I'm about to plot inside the plotly. Over here. So the same thing that they are doing with the dot query, we have done the same thing with very simplistic, what do you say, indexing. And the code is px import plotly express dot as px, and then load the data set and index it for only Canada, and then px dot bar the data frame it takes, x and y axis it takes, then fig dot show, just like you have in matplotlib plt dot show, we have over here fig dot show because we are saving it as fig. That's a standard naming. In the same way, we have histograms, which gives you the frequency of data. How to plot multiple plots? Just Google space. Just Google search. C1 visualizations, Google search. His plot is there, box plot is there, heat map is there. Heat map basically gives you the correlation between two variables, two or more variables. Like if one is positively correlated with other or not. And what do I mean by correlated is, let's say if there is a variable X, which is temperature, and then there is a variable Y, which is, let's say, pressure. So if I increase pressure, should the temperature increase? Yes, pressure and temperature are directly correlated to each other. So if you increase one, the other one is bound to increase. So they are highly correlated variables. That's the simplistic definition of correlation. If one goes up, the other goes up. If one goes down, the other goes down as well. I believe the formula was PV equals RT, P equals to VRT. RT, something like that. It was PV equals NRT. I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, then the pair plot gives you this kind of a plot, which plots A with B, I mean, one column with the rest of the all the columns. So take a look. D is being plotted against A, B, C, D. Then let's take an example over here. We are taking housing data set. So data sets housing CSV. I have stored this data set inside the datasets folder, which is over here. And inside here, I have a California housing.csv. So first of all, when you load the dataset, it gives you longitude, latitude, which is the geolocation. Median housing age, which is like how old a house is in a particular neighbor on an average. On median, like what's the median age of a house in a neighborhood? Total rooms in that particular neighborhood, total bedrooms in that neighborhood. And as you can guess, total rooms and total bedrooms should be correlated with population and each other as well. And households, number of households there are, the more number of households, the more the population would be. I mean, it makes sense to think that these two are correlated, but we will only plot and then only we will see like if it is, correlated or not. And so on. There are other factors like median income. Median income is in, I believe, 10,000s. I gotta read the documentation for it. Let's go read the documentation, and it is California house price data set. Okay, so fetch California housing. In scikit-learn, it is added. Okay, all right. Where is the data set info? Okay, here it is. So I was looking to find median income in block group. So median income. Let's go back to do whatever we were supposed to do, which is let's try a correlation plot. If we haven't already made it, we have over here, but let's make it live. So you would know like what kind of errors to expect as well. So housing.head, I have just loaded this entire data frame as housing. So I'm gonna go Google search and I will say something like this. So let me show you the screen first. Yep. I will say plot heat map in Python 3, and then Plotly gives you, all right, chalo, let's try Plotly. Df plot px.im show df. Okay, that is supposed to give me. Let's try. Imported Plotly px.im show, and I'm supposed to put housing in here. Is it gonna work though? I thought so it would happen. It doesn't know really like what to take on the x, what variables to take on the y-axis. That's why it is happening. So let's check out. Uh, pn plotly dot this thing numeric only should I take? Okay, expect that you would be having these kind of issues as well in the initial phases. Let's go back and try a basic heat map with cbound first, then we will come to plotly. cbound.heatmap or using matplotlib. There you go. Okay, so male and female against Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, and what's it saying is uh data.correlation. Yeah, housing.core it should take housing.core numeric only equals true. That should be the syntax. Yep, that is the syntax. I was thinking about it like what to plot in the IM show. In the IM show, you gotta do the matrix of correlation. Let me show you. Or in the Cyclone documentation, I found this somewhere. At housing.core. get me the correlation for only the numeric columns. And this feature was added in a recent scikit-learn, uh, not recent anymore. But if you put it like this, it will give you a value error because there is a categorical column as well. It has been 2 years since they added this numeric only equals proof. So if you put the matrix inside px.im show, you can see as you hover, you can see the X, Y, and correlation as well. I want to check the correlation where the correlation is highest. And wherever there is this color yellow, I can expect, I should say a not equals true as well. Does it work in Plotly? That is something I don't know. A not equals true. Nope, it doesn't work in Plotly like this way. Okay, a not equals true is sns.heatmap. Okay, let's try this one. Import c1 as sns. Then I'm gonna do this thing. All right. The font is too big. Let's adjust it right over here so that you would know as well how to adjust fonts and stuff. So, uh, to adjust the fonts, the first of all, what I can do? What can I do to adjust the font in Cbond? Let's just Google search. I always rely on either Google search or Python 3, Cbond. What was there? Heat map, and adjust and not phone. And let's see what else we can do. And not keyword arguments. 16. Let's see. Oh, I just made it very big. Now I made it very small, but chalo, right about fine. Let's say if I want to take only two decimal numbers, like over here I have 0.025. Let's say I want to take only 0.02. Then I would need to specify the format somewhere. Take only two decimal number. Not font, two decimal places. Okay, two decimal format. Yep, format equals 0.2f. I didn't tell you this format thing because uh, this is a string based. This is the part of strings. So see wherever it was, where was it? 0.25. So now it is 0.02. And let's take a look at what are the highest correlated columns. All the blue sections. See, all the blue sections are so much correlated. Meaning total rooms is 100% correlated with total rooms itself. Itself, of course, it's going to be correlated with 93% with total bedrooms, 86% with population, and 92% with households. I need to turn my head every time I look. So let's just rotate the X labels as well. So what we can do, Seaborn heat map, rotate X labels, or was it X axis? X text, don't remember. Horizontal rotation equals 5, 5. Okay, let's use this. Yep, worked. What was it? PLT.xtext rotation equals 45. Horizontal alignment, is it called? I don't know. What is it, HA? What does HA equals right? I don't know. All right. Anyway, it's readable now, much more readable than before, at least. So let's go ahead and read this one totally good. And let's take a look. Over here, what we have is a histogram. But what is this histogram printing? This is histogram is printing the first column. And let's take a look at this first column. What exactly this first column is. As see how I knew it's the first column is housing dot select d types include np dot number. So with this kind of code, all I'm doing is I'm selecting all the numerical columns only. Take a look. All the numerical columns get selected. np dot number. I could have said something else as well, integer as well. Let's go for. Do we have even integers in here? I don't think we have any integers. Yep. There's one more catch over here. Why not integer would work? The catch would be that if there are missing values in pandas by default makes that column into float. So like if you have an integer column and there's a missing value in there, then that integer would be appearing uh, as a what float value. Like let's say I'm creating a pd dot series and np dot a range of 0 going till 10. So I've created this kind of a data frame, not data frame but series. So let's call it series 1. So what I want to show you is that let's say that the series had a missing value somewhere, and let's make the missing value series dot series 4 equals np dot nan. Name series is not defined. Oh, can you guys catch the error I'm making? Okay, let's check for the series again. See, the point is initially the entire series was made of integer 64. But now the entire string, as soon as one missing value is encountered, the entire string, no, entire column became float 64. So this is something to keep in mind because sometimes there are errors happening inside the code when you're doing the projects, and sometimes you are expecting a column to be integer, but it doesn't come out to be an integer. So these kind of things over there happen. All right. So perhaps that is why we don't have any integer column over here. Okay. Anyway, we were over here, so I'm getting dot integer locate all the rows and only 0th column. Let's take a look, which is the longitude column. So I'm plotting the longitude against, not against, but it's a distribution, frequency distribution of like which longitudes are the highest. In this data, what's the mode values of the distribution? Basically, let's say around 118 we have most of the data. Then second number is like around 1 minus 122 we have the second highest data, something like that. Correlation pair plot, this I believe is SNS. Yep, doesn't really make sense because the columns are highly correlated to each other. Okay, then the second data set is churn data set. This is a telecom churn data set, and we will be doing projects on this as well, where we'll be predicting like if a particular customer would churn or not, depending on the data set. But right now we will only visualize subtle things about it. That what's the distribution? So distribution is very heavily imbalanced. There are about one third the customers who have churned, and most have not. And we need to keep our dataset balanced. We will be taking a look at the approaches of how to make a dataset balanced 50-50 so that the model doesn't learn one particular class too much and it keeps forgetting the other class only. So like let's say what I'm saying, model keeps learning other class and not as let's say mm, I have a model which is ARR1 and it predicts. No, let's just skip it. We will discuss it later on when we go to machine learning. Read the rest of the graphs on your own. That's it, I believe. So in the next session, we'll be doing machine learning. Over there, things will make much more sense, like why we are doing pandas, why we are doing NumPy, why we are doing Matplotlib, Sevan, Plotly. or in the machine learning section, things would start to make sense. So I'll see you in the machine learning section.